Alright, so you're probably wondering where the hell I've been for the last couple of days. Fixing Koikatsu, because I don't necessarily know what the hell is the problem with this damn game. I'll be very honest with you. So, when it comes down to things, I've been working on this thing for about 3 to almost 4 days at this point, because I don't necessarily know what exactly is the problem with my game. So, I'm trying to load in the thing the first night, because I was going to do a skit idea for something that honestly I still want to do. I'm still getting like a plethora of ideas of what I want to do, but the damn game ain't letting me. So I load into my male character side of things. He is loading up fine. Everything looks great. I load into the female character side of things in the car studio. No, nothing loads up. No one loads up. No card names. Nothing. It's just blank as hell, blanker than your ass, and that's basically how that goes. So I'm confused, and I'm like, okay, this is weird. Let me boot up again, and still nothing loads up, and I'm just like, this is very confusing. I'll fix it in the morning. So that Monday, I'm basically just doing everything in my power to fix it, and basically like figure out what the hell is the problem, and I'm still not necessarily getting a thing. It's not necessarily, nothing's pulling up, nothing's helping. I thought I needed to uninstall the game and then re-put everything back in. That didn't necessarily work, and it's just a pain in the ass to keep dealing with, and nothing's just really loading in when it comes to the female side as much as it should, and I have literally no reason or idea why. And I was suffering through that even through yesterday, which I even just said, okay, let me just try to update the game as well and just basically do everything I possibly can with it, and still nothing really solves the problem. And while I have like, and the biggest like file that I need to like upload was like, or update was like the side loader. The only reason why I don't usually update the side loader because it's hella big, so there's no reason, so I don't know if I had the space for that. Luckily this time I did, and so I ended up just, you know, updating the side loader or whatever. And so I updated it, and I can tell that the game runs faster and runs better, which is great. But the biggest thing is, it's still not fixing the problem with the female cards not loading. Not even in like the female card editor side of things. The cards does not load. So I said, okay, screw it. Let me try putting in one of my girls in, and then just see what happens. Shockingly, the girl loaded in. I'm just like, okay. And then with all the other Koikatsu already pre-existing cards, I'm like, okay. So let me chuck in like a few more characters for the one cards. Loaded in properly, nice and fine. Everything is going great. But when I get over 100 cards, I'm at 102, the game starts freaking out and it doesn't necessarily know what to do. And I don't know what's causing it. I know it's not the game itself, I know it's not the special patch, and I know it's not my old ass HF patch, even though I do need to update my HF patch. But do you really think I want to go through all that torrenting shit? I really don't. Just have the patch ready to go instead of trying to torrent it, or have it behind a freaking paywall, which I'm most likely going to have to end up paying for so I can get the damn, you know, HF patch updated and whatever, which is annoying as hell. But anyway, when it comes down to things, basically, I can't run the game if it has over 100 characters. I don't even know if it's just over 100. It could be over 50 characters and I can't run it. I don't necessarily know. But the fact is, this was never a problem previously. And even before I did all this updating stuff and whatever, this wasn't a problem. So, and it randomly just became a problem that one night when I first noticed this problem? That's weird. And I haven't like updated the game or touched the files of the game or anything like that either. It just randomly decided to say, yeah, I'm not going to load in all these characters for you, which is weird. And granted, I can understand, I guess, because I did have over 1,000 female cards in the game, which that is a lot of assets to be just holding on to and loading, which fine. But still, I'm thinking like you be able to at least have 500 cards in there, at least. You can't even have that, and it's like, what exactly is happening? So basically, if I were to continue Koikatsu's story, which I desperately want to, I can't necessarily use everything in my disposal as I want to. And I haven't even tried looking up Car Studio, because I'm like, if I can't fix it in the main game, in the editor, then there's really no point in me checking in the Car Studio to see if it's working or not. Because most likely it's going to be the same damn result if I'm being perfectly honest. So yeah, this is not easy. This is just not something that's just super easy just to deal with, honestly. I think it also has to do with my damn laptop too. It really shouldn't be, but I'm going to assume so, because again, the laptop I have right now is not the best damn thing because it's not necessarily, the greatest at processing things, even though it does have a bit faster processor, but it's not necessarily the fastest thing on the planet. So at some point in the near future, I'm gonna have to try to find a way to update that damn, technology up at least, because I can't get a desktop at the moment, mainly because if I try to get a desktop, I ain't gonna have no space to put it anywhere, honestly, which that is what it is. Also, a desktop probably, I don't know, costs probably a lot more money than I can afford. So when it comes down to things, I'm just gonna have to just find a laptop somewhere, something that's better than what my current one is. I'll have to look up the specs of it and see what it is and figure that out, essentially, because I never really bought a laptop before outside of the one I currently have, so I don't necessarily know what I'll be looking for. But when it comes down to things, that's gonna be one of the bigger things, honestly. So yeah, that's not fun. And yeah, trying to figure out this Koikatsu thing has also been just a nightmare for the last couple of days. Not necessarily gonna lie, because when I was looking through it, it was like, oh, you need to just like multiple things in the side loader and mods that you might need to clean up or whatever. And I'm like, fine, okay, then we'll deal with that. And so it keeps giving, and if you activate like the console of it, you'll see like it gives you like warnings and errors and whatever, if you have any in your game. And it's just like, I'm trying to look through it, trying to see what it's, what's the problem. It's saying that like the side loaders are somewhat the problem, but not just the side loaders, it also is like the something called Harmony X. I don't know what this is, and I tried to look into it and try to figure it out, and I still couldn't find any kind of source code, any kind of thing to fix the game with, to possibly, make the game run better. And I don't necessarily know what I'm looking for anytime I'm on GitHub, honestly. So that's like another thing too. So when it comes down to things, the Harmony X was like the biggest thing. Also, it was like, I think my Beppin was like weird. The Beppin file was weird in some way. I don't know what, and I don't know honestly how, but it was weird in some way, and I don't know what I'm looking for when it comes to this. This gets into the realm of coding and a lot of that stuff, and a lot of stuff I don't necessarily understand or know, but it gets into that realm essentially. And it's like, it's almost like, oh, it can't find a method to do something, so it either just skipped it or just did something else. And that's like another thing too when it comes to the game. So I don't know, maybe someone else had this problem before and no one is just saying anything, or this is a rare instance or something like this. Because when I loaded in the cards with like 102, I know the game started to like stagger a lot and started to stutter, honestly, before it got to, it actually went to the title screen. So that was like a thing, and I don't necessarily know why. Point is, when it comes down to things, I can't use that many damn cards in the game for whatever reason. It's annoying because I know I use way more than 100 cards, but it is what it is, and it just is annoying as hell, and I can't necessarily figure out what the F is the actual problem. So when it comes down to things, I don't necessarily know what's going on. I don't know who I look forward to when it comes to helping with this situation. I don't know if anybody has been through a similar situation like this before. I don't know. If you know anybody that actually has Koikatsu, please send them my way, because I am very confused on how this all works. And when it comes down to things, I'm probably gonna just go on Amazon, try to see if I can find me another laptop or so, a better laptop, honestly. And, probably slap that on throwing gifts too, because I don't necessarily know what to do. So that's kind of how that is. And if I can't figure this out, there's gonna be a harder time to get back into Koikatsu and do Koikatsu story, right? I mean, yeah, I can always just switch out the cards and like put them in certain moments and put them and swap them out with like different cards. But honestly, do you really think I want to keep doing that constantly? That's a lot. That's a lot to deal with. That's a lot, and I really don't want to do all that. I want to be very honest with you. I rather just have the cards ready in the system, up and ready to go, and then that's basically it, honestly. And I wouldn't be surprised again if my computer is doing something to it that makes the files jacked up or some shape and form. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. So again, probably gonna just try to look forward to getting a new laptop or something. I don't necessarily know, but it's just a weird ass situation because again, none of this has happened before, and then all of a sudden it just did it when I haven't even touched the files like that. It's just weird. I don't necessarily understand it. And then when you try to send the output log into Koikatsu and like with the server and stuff, no one necessarily knows what the hell is going on, and I'm just constantly sending information into there and just like what exactly is going on, no one can tell me. The bot tries to tell me that it's my RAM and system, but I don't think it's that, and if it is, then that even more so means I need to get another laptop. But still, nonetheless, it's like, I don't know, it's just weird. I think it's just gonna come down to either getting another laptop or figuring out the problem, even though this wasn't even a problem at all, so, or maybe, I don't know, it might be the laptop, because I did have to do a few updates, and maybe it messed up with something in the system. I don't necessarily know. I don't know, but we'll see. Honestly, like I said, I'm gonna just try to go on Amazon, try to see if I can find me a laptop and put that on Throne, and maybe we can try to get that together. I don't necessarily know. I mean, if you want to help out with that, but and honestly, I'm due for an upgrade, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, that's basically all I want to say for this one. I'm not really gonna edit this one because I know Nintendo Direct is supposed to be coming out later on today, so I'm gonna try to record a reaction. Don't hold me to it because it might just F up and not necessarily do what it's supposed to do, but I'm gonna try to record a reaction for it and see what pops up, and if everything works well, we'll have a reaction for that, and that'll be the video, and that will be like a video we'll do, and that's gonna be basically how that's gonna go. And yeah, and if it doesn't work, then we'll just talk about the things that happen in the Direct, and that's essentially how that's gonna go. So look out for that later today if things work out well. So anyway, that's basically all I really wanted to say for this one. So hopefully you are informed, or at least, and again, if you can support on Throne Gifts with the whole laptop thing, that'll be great. And that would be even better, honestly, because not only will Koikatsu start being better and working, but we could also probably get better video stuff going on too. So that's like another thing as well. So hopefully, if you do decide to help out and try to help me get a laptop, if you would like to, then Throne Gifts will be in the comments as well. So that's like a thing too. But anyway, that's basically all I need to say for this one. So yeah, we'll see you later at the Direct, I guess, honestly. And until then, it's your boy Jay, sign off. Have a blessed day.